My name is Helen. I am 70 years old, and I live in a quiet village near a flowing river. My life has been long and difficult, filled with struggle, sacrifice, and silent prayers. I was not always alone. Once, I was a happy wife with dreams and hope. But fate had other plans for me. Many years ago, my husband passed away suddenly. I still remember that day clearly. The house felt empty, and the air felt heavy. At that time, my son Trevor was only 3 years old. When my husband died, my entire world collapsed. I lost my partner, my support, and my future in one moment. From that day on, I became both mother and father to my child. I had no parents left. I had no brothers or sisters to help me. There was no one I could turn to. It was only me and my small boy against the world. Many nights, I sat on the floor holding Trevor close to my chest, afraid of what tomorrow would bring. I did not know how I would raise him alone. I did not know how I would survive. But when I looked into his innocent eyes, I felt a strange strength grow inside me. I made a promise to myself that night. No matter how hard life becomes, I will protect my son. Life after that promise was not easy. During the day, I worked on other people's farms. I planted seeds, pulled weeds, and cut grass under the burning sun. My hands became rough, and my skin grew dark from the heat. Sometimes, I walked deep into the forest to collect firewood and carried heavy bundles to the village market to sell them. At night, when my body was tired, I stitched old clothes under a dim oil lamp to earn a few extra coins. My fingers hurt, and my eyes burned, but I never complained. Many nights, I went to sleep with an empty stomach. Still, I always made sure my son ate properly. When Trevor smiled, my pain felt lighter. When he laughed, my heart felt full. When he was learning to walk, he fell many times. Each time he cried, he reached out his small hands toward me. I picked him up and whispered, "Do not be afraid. Your mother is here." When he had a fever, I stayed awake all night. I placed a wet cloth on his forehead and prayed silently. I begged God to keep him safe, even if it meant taking my strength away. Slowly, year after year, Trevor grew strong and healthy. As he grew taller, my hair turned white. My body became weaker, but my love never faded. When Trevor became a young man, he started working as a fisherman in the river nearby. Every evening, I waited for the sound of his footsteps outside our small house. I cooked simple meals and cleaned the floor while waiting for him. Seeing him return home safely was all the happiness I needed. I never dreamed of wealth or comfort. My son was my entire world. One day, Trevor sat beside me and said quietly, "Mother, I want to get married." I smiled and replied, "If this makes you happy, then I am happy too." But deep inside my heart, fear began to grow. I knew my life was about to change again. After the marriage, his wife Ava came to live in our house. She was young, neat, and well-dressed. I welcomed her warmly and said, "This is your home now." I showed her where everything was kept and tried to help her in the kitchen. But after a few days, I felt something was wrong. She spoke to me harshly. She avoided my eyes. When I tried to help her cook, she snapped, "I know what I am doing." Whenever I spoke, she became angry. Slowly, I stopped talking. I told myself she was young and needed time. One evening, Trevor returned home late from fishing. His clothes were wet, and his face looked tired. He sat down and asked, "Please bring me some water." There was no reply. After some time, he asked again, "I am hungry. Where is my food?" Still, there was silence. Our house was small, and I could hear everything from the next room. Trevor stood up and asked loudly why she was not answering. Then I heard her crying. "It is your mother," she said. "She hates me. She insults me. She calls me useless." Those words were lies, but I stayed silent. Trevor spoke softly. "She is old. Please try to live peacefully with her." Ava replied angrily, "That old woman keeps correcting me. You must choose, either me or your mother." That night, Trevor went to bed hungry. I lay awake staring at the roof, my heart heavy with fear. I prayed quietly, "Please guide my child. Do not let him choose wrongly." The next morning, I heard words that shattered my soul. "Take your mother to the river cliff and push her," Ava said coldly. "She is old. She will die anyway. I am young. We can live happily." That day, Trevor did not speak to me. He avoided my eyes. For the first time in my life, I felt afraid of my own child. That night, he came to me and said softly, "Mother, we are going on a journey tomorrow." I looked into his eyes and understood everything. My heart broke, but my face remained calm. "All right, my son," I replied. The next morning, he carried me on his back toward the river cliff. The path was rough, and the wind was cold. I did not ask any questions. As we walked, memories filled my mind. Feeding him, protecting him, loving him. When we reached the edge, I spoke gently. "My son, when you push me, please hold the big rock. I do not want you to fall." He froze. Tears filled his eyes. "You knew?" he whispered. I smiled softly. A mother always knows. He placed me down, covered his face, and cried loudly. "I was going to kill you," he said. "And you are still thinking about my safety." I touched his hand and said, "My child, a mother's love never ends." After a long silence, he lifted me again, but this time he walked back home. When we returned, he sent his wife away. I did not stop him. I did not speak badly about her. I only thanked God in silence. Now my son takes care of me. I cook simple meals. Our home is peaceful again. A mother's love asks for nothing. A mother's love never dies. Never forget the one who gave you everything.